Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakal Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, or the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking at the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalil, and this video is about the mark of the beast prophecy, which is a microchip. Alright, so here it is, the title: 6 ways Elon Musk's Neuralink could transform humans into superhumans. Now, before I even get into, the article at hand, let's get the prophecy written about in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." All right, so, and he causeth all. That is going to be the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, who are the so-called white people. Okay, the Edomites are currently in rulership. This is their vile, wicked kingdom. And there's order. So they have a ruling class, and that ruling class are their banking elite, which right now they're pushing forward with their agenda, which is their NWO agenda. And at the forefront of that is the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. They're going to make it mandatory worldwide, as it says, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are or anything like that. They intend to microchip everyone to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So the mark, which at G5480 is Karagmo, a stamp and imprinted mark, that is the microchip. All right, so you can Google either RFID microchip or biometric microchip. It's the same thing. It works the same way. Okay, and that microchip is all about storing all of your information and data onto it. And we can see the stepping stone of it by taking a look at the digital identification system that is being implemented by every single country all around the world, which is consolidating all of your information on it: personal and biometric information, medical information, financial information. It will be used for government services, phone services, travel, everything, right? So that's a stepping stone where when it is that the microchip is launched and mandatory worldwide, they will simply already have a system in place, which will be the digital ID, to transfer all of your information and data onto the microchip. And the microchip is going to be an all-for-one use, okay? So it says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." So unless you have that microchip, which is the mark of the beast, you won't be able to buy or sell. And then that digital ID shows us as well their intentions, because it's consolidating everything, and it's all the services and everything are being attached to it and being recognized by the digital ID, all stored onto one place. So we can see what's happening there. All right. Now, the microchip, you have the microchip in the hand and you have the brain microchip as well. The microchip in the hand has been around for several years. People are microchipped around the world, especially in Europe, UK, and America, right? And they're literally using the microchip to make payments. They're microchipped and making payments, and that's on YouTube. Can see that, okay, especially over there in Sweden. But you have individuals in America who have put out there on social media them using the microchip to make payments, even payments at the store, which shows you that the point of sales machines are already accepting microchip payments. So the system is there to accept the microchip because it's already been accepted at the point of sales machines, the vending machines, etc. Okay, so the technology is up and running and ready to go. Then you have the forehead, portion, which is the brain microchip, which has developed and advanced very rapidly these past few years. It was first sorry. It was first launched by Elon Musk, and or news about it came first from Elon Musk, and then it went from the animal trials to the human trials to now at this point very rapidly it is literally successful. The brain microchip is successful as they sold it to be, and as they intended it to work, it is working as they said. Okay, they have made well on, you know, that promise. Okay, but the situation at hand is that the mark of the beast prophecy, which is the microchip, there is a judgment for it that is to come. If you take the microchip, Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shemishai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So we're going to be going through some times, right? The prophecies of Yahweh Shemishai, Jacob's trouble, the sword, the pestilence, the famine, the time of 2nd Esdras chapter 15, 2nd Esdras chapter 16. All right, very chaotic times are coming. And at the end of it all, you're going to have, the mark of the beast prophecy is going to occur. There's going to be hell on earth, and the hour of temptation will come, which is going to be when you're faced with the microchip, Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, and the prophecy of the mark of the beast is going to be fulfilled. Then after that, World War III is going to pop off in the way of the War of Armageddon, and at the climax of that, America's enemies and her allies are going to shoot missiles at her and destroy her. So America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, but before it's destroyed, Yahushua is going to return when the missiles are on their way, and Yahushua is going to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel and from the four corners of the earth and from America. Okay, and if you take the microchip, you will be destroyed, and salvation is only for the Israelites. So this message and this warning is only onto the nation of Israel. If you're heathen and you're in America, it doesn't matter if you take the microchip or not, you will be destroyed by the missiles. All right, salvation is only for the Lord's holy chosen people, who are the Israelites, who are us. Okay, so the warning is going out there fervently from Yahweh Shemishai about this mark of the beast, which is that microchip, and to not take it. All right, so the developments of it. I seen this article when I Googled it today, and it says 6 ways Elon Musk's Neuralink could transform humans into superhumans. Now, the thing about this brain microchip is that first it was introduced, at least to my knowledge, by way of Elon Musk and Neuralink. But since then, you have many other individuals, manufacturers of the microchip. All right, you have Synchron, you have the guy who owns Steam, Gage Newell, I think that's what his name, who's developing his own microchip. You have other places that are developing the microchip, like China. There was an article that came out that China is speed racing against others to develop their brain microchip. So it's all being developed, right? And the thing about it right now is that it is developed, it's here, and it is successful. So right now, regarding the prophecy, because the technology is already out there, which is that microchip, the mark of the beast, we're waiting for the prophecy to be fulfilled, where it becomes mandatory worldwide, right? So here it says Elon Musk Neuralink aims to restore movement, boost memory, and connect human brains to artificial intelligence by inserting a Neuralink chip into the brain. Neuralink could change the way humans interact in the coming years. So now this is one of the ways that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, has been selling his brain microchip to the masses. He promotes all of the quote-unquote benefits of it all and the quote-unquote life-changing things that it can do. And I say quote-unquote because while it is that the technology is, as they said that it would work, it is in fact working as they, said it would. The thing is that it's just not to be trusted. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? And, it goes to the scriptures where it says, never trust thine enemy. In, I think it's Ecclesiasticus 12 and verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Plus we know the judgment for the microchip, right? So while it is that it can look all, fancy and stuff, and wow, it's allowing people to do these things that are not normal and regular things in this world, in this kingdom. We know the judgment that is coming for it. Okay, so I don't ever want to ever make it seem like it's something to be hyped up. It's not. It will lead you to your destruction. All right, and then the scriptures let us know who our enemies are in the book of Psalms chapter 83, which are the heathen, and the number one enemy are the Edomites, right? And never trust them. Whatever it is that they put out there that is to help, or quote unquote help, or quote unquote to be beneficial, you can't trust them, because this devil always has ulterior motives. This is the devil the Bible speaks of, the deceiver, right? We have to remember the nature of the Edomites. Okay, in the book of Michael, or is it Malachi? Could be Malachi. Michael 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand, right? So this is how Esau Edom is, right? They work evil upon their beds. They meditate on doing evil and wicked things 24/7, because that's simply how they're built. They are the Edomites. They are sons of the wicked. So, they have ulterior motives. And then as well, regarding the microchip itself, this is going to be happening to people who take the microchip. Revelation 16 verse 1, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh Shemishai upon the earth. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So there's going to be a noisome and grievous sore for them that take the microchip. So it doesn't matter however it is that they sell it to you, and all the ways that they sell it to you to be quote unquote beneficial and all these types of things. The scriptures already let us know that people are going to be suffering from taking the microchip, and this is going to be before the thermonuclear destruction. All right, the word noisome here, bad nature, pernicious, injurious, destructive, baneful, right? Okay, and then it says for grievous, full of labors, hardships, right? You see, in a physical sense, bad of a bad nature or condition in a physical sense, diseased or blind, which is ironic because one of the ways that they sell this brain microchip is that they're saying that the blind can see, right? So let me see. I think I saw, hold on. Let's read it. Neuralink aims to connect human brains to computers. In 2025, Neuralink implanted its device in the ninth person. According to their website, the chip reads brain signals and allows users to control devices using only their thoughts. The goal of Neuralink is to help people with disabilities primarily for medical purposes. Okay? Restore lost movement and senses. Neuralink's brain chip already helps paralyze people to use computers by thought. True. And I'm going to play the video. Researchers are now testing it on blind sight people to give sight to blind people. Right, that was one of their promises. They promised that the blind will be able to see. Right, and this is something that is deemed miraculous in this world. All right, and I have to emphasize that. This world, Esau's kingdom. Okay, future devices may restore full body movement, helping millions regain lost abilities after injury or disease, as said by Elon Musk. You see, but the scriptures say, right, that there's going to be a grievous and noisome and grievous sore. And then grievous here, the Greek word G4190 paneros, right? It says in a physical sense, disease or blind. So it's going to affect you negatively, man. And so the promise that they made where people will be able to see, it will be doing things where people won't be able to see. You know, it's going to be a cancer of sorts. Then when you look at sore, the word sore, helkos, it says a wound, especially a wound producing a discharge pus, a sore, and ulcer. So there are going to be people perishing from taking the microchip, which is that mark of the beast. They're going to suffer that judgment. And then others will be suffering the judgment by way of the thermonuclear fire. So you see, this thing is not really as hot and lovely as they are portraying it to be. But this is the devil at hand, man. This is how he works. Okay? There's great deceit with this. And then there are other things when it comes to this microchip. You know, it is really the new slavery system that they're pushing in. Okay? And the level of control that they're going to have and whatever else. And I'm sure there's certain things about it that that will perhaps, you know, give them a certain level of control that they will not speak about regarding it. But this is the devil, as the scriptures say in Psalms chapter 10 and verse 7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Perfect and straight to the point. And then when you go to the word vanity here at H205, right, it's the Hebrew word awan, trouble, wickedness, sorrow, right? So this is what they bring. Wickedness and sorrow. They bring sorrow to the people. Okay? Mischief and sorrow. Under his tongue is mischief and sorrow. Mischief and wickedness, mischief and trouble. So this microchip really is not going to be, well, it's not going to be for, not even using, really, it is not going to be for your benefit any which way at all. But let's read some more into this because, you know, the scriptures speak to Esau selling this in a way to the world and to the public, all right, by way of his miracles, okay? Because you see, the thing about this microchip technology is that Esau Edom, he is using his technology, which Yahweh Shemishai gave him this knowledge of, because they want to reach another level. They want to reach a godlike status by way of carnal means, and they're going to be doing it and want to do it by way of their technology. As it says in the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that's Esau Edom, the son of destruction. Okay? That's a part of their nature. Everything they touch, they destroy. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, shewing himself that he is God, right? So the microchip technology has certain things to it where they're going to have a higher level of control, right? Remember, it's the devil. There are all types of ulterior motives to it. And then the whole tracking thing of the microchip and the need to use it for every single thing within one's life, it really shows you the kind of control. Like, he wants to be able to monitor people like how Yahweh Shemishai is able to, but he will never, ever, ever reach that kind of level. All right, he is the scourge of the earth. He's just in rulership right now, but he's a very proud creature, this Edomite. And so, as it says, man, he looks at himself as a god, right? And wants to be viewed as a god. He wants the people to bend the knee. And that's why the scriptures say, it says to worship those that worship the beast and his image in the Revelation 14 verse 9 that I read, because that word worship goes into the Greek word proskuneo, which is like a dog licking his master's hand. That's what it breaks down to. So Esau Edom wants the people to be in a position where the people so much look towards him and rely on him for their safety and security, but there's no safety and security. It will lead you to your destruction. Okay, so the article, super fast brain machine communication. With over 1,000 channels reading brain signals, Neuralink lets users type, browse, or control gadgets without hands just by thinking. Few users of it type at 25 words per minute, but faster. More natural control is coming. Musk says future upgrades could allow you to talk to machines at the speed of thought. New powers memory and skill upgrades. Musk aims for Neuralink to boost human memory and learning. Neuralink future chips will let users recall information instantly or even transfer skills directly to others, like learning a language or skill download. Scientists are testing if the chip can support memory for people with Alzheimer's or dementia. And you know what? You see this part right here about the microchip? I was told about it. You know what I'm saying? And the individual that told me that one day people are going to be microchipped, and that people are going to have a brain microchip. And this is before Neuralink came about and everything. He told me that people are going to be brain microchipped, and that people will be able to there will be no need for schools and there will be no need for learning, because people will simply just have information uploaded to their brain and all these kinds of things. All right, this was before I started doing this work. All right, and the individual who told me is an individual that is a part of that upper echelon of wickedness. Okay, so there it is. Direct link with artificial intelligence and brain-to-brain chat. Elon Musk said Neuralink could help us connect with artificial intelligence and communicate with them, so humans do not fall behind smart artificial intelligence-enabled machines. They're merging people with the machines, right? That's what they're doing. They're merging people with technology, and so they're turning people into this hybrid of sorts. Okay, this is the devil, man. One long-term ideal: people may be able to send messages or even memories brain to brain without typing or speaking, transforming how we interact forever. So that's like what telepathy, that makes me think about like Jean Grey from X-Men, although this goal is for the long term. Okay, treat brain illness, manage mood and pain. Early implants of it target epilepsy, Parkinson's, and depression. The chip monitors brain activity and can send tiny impulses to treat or stop seizures, tremors, or even manage mood swings. In time, your brain may be able to self-repair by using the link for custom therapy set by doctors. And so I want to say as well that, even though it has been advertised for people who are in certain conditions, it is meant to be sold to, the benefits to the general public. For example, there was an individual, a so-called black man, he looked like, who put out there on social media that he did get the Neuralink brain chip. And the reason why he got it was because he wanted to be able to know about and test and show his vitals. And so that's what the microchip does. It registers and it checks and all that kind of stuff. And then he said, but what he's realized is that the brain microchip has developed so rapidly since he's gotten it, where now, with it, people with the brain microchip are able to communicate with technology and stuff like that. And, the way he came across, he was a bit surprised by it. But you know what? If he is an Israelite, he already took the mark of the beast, which is the microchip. So he has no chance for salvation. It's over for him. Okay. This is the superhuman future near. Neuralink's brain chips are just starting still. It will be experimental in few humans, but with surgical robots, upgradable chips, and its capability and growing global trials, this technology is racing ahead. Musk hopes millions will one day benefit, right? And then there's this article that I've seen a brother bring out. Oh, well, I won't be able to read it, but let's read the title. Neuralink sees $1 billion of revenue by 2031 in vast expansion. So they are expanding rapidly to microchip people in the brain. All right. So it's all happening very quickly. Okay. Now, the scriptures say in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So the vision is showing itself and it's happening very quickly, because Esau did say, right? Klaus Schwab said, who was a part of the World Economic Forum, not sure of his status right now. He did say that when it is that this new digital revolution, but he called it the fourth industrial revolution, which is the intelligence age, it's all the same thing, that when it starts to happen, it's going to be happening at a breakneck speed, and it truly is. Okay, when you look at what's going on right now, you can see how rapidly technology is developing. Once again, it feels like when we were going through the time during the late 90s to the 2000s, where the phones were upgrading so rapidly, the computers, the internet, everything, the gaming systems, everything. It feels like that now with artificial intelligence. So everything is happening, man. And then, the scriptures say in Revelation 12, verse 12, that the devil is coming with great wrath because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So he's moving very quickly. He's accelerating things. All right. Now, the way Esau Edom has sold this microchip, it speaks to this, Revelation chapter 19 and verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. The false prophet is the Roman Catholic Church, right? And the beast is Esau's system overall, right? Everything that it entails, okay? That wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark, right? So he wrought miracles and he deceived them, right? So he's selling it to the public to be able to do all of these things. And remember the title of the article, man, about people becoming superhuman, but they're going to be quote unquote superhuman, right? By way of merging with technology. That's Esau's goal, achieving a godlike status through carnal means, okay? But it's all onto, as I already read, it's all onto destruction in Revelation 14 verse 9 to 10. But it also is going to say it here, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. And he's deceiving them literally right now, okay, with how it's all working and stuff. And them that worshipped his image, these both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. So people are going to be deceived by how it's going to operate and all these kinds of things, and whatever else. It's going to still lead you to your destruction. All right. And that's what it is, man. Yeah, man, that's it. Okay, with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemi. Oh no, hold on. I was thinking, what is it that I was missing? And this is the video that I wanted to play. So I'm just going to play it to show you where it is at, because it is indeed successful. All right. But here it is.
Yeah, I'm RJ. I'm P5. And
fair use.
I guess I'm kind of the newest one to the team here, so.
RJ is the 5th person in the country and the first patient at to be implanted with Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip as part of a clinical trial to test whether people who are paralyzed can use their mind to control electronic devices. The device, known as the linker telepathy, is giving RJ and other Neuralink users the ability to do things like play video games, draw, write, and design 3D objects.
I think I could play that game nonstop forever.
Has to be Fusion 360. Being able to design parts. Design the hat logo with the BCI.
Oh, that's what's up.
Pretty sweet.
That's sweet. Yeah.
Yep. I have a little Arduino that takes input from my quad stick, converts it into a PPM signal to go to a RC truck.
Cool.
Little rock crawler.
Super cool.
With the BCI, I wrote code to drive the plane with the quad stick.
That's awesome.
The best thing I like about Neuralink is being able to continue to provide for my family and continue working.
I think my favorite thing is probably being able to turn on my TV. Yeah, like the first time in 2.5 years, I was able to do that. So it's a pretty sweet move. I like shooting zombies. That's kind of nice.
All right. So with that, all praises, glory and honor to Yahweh, Shem Yeshua, Bashim Kodesh, Shalom.